You need your unit circle out in front of you. In order to do this, you need your unit circle out in front of you. We're going to look at these numbers on the outside in order to find some of these angles. So if we're looking at the unit circle classwork and notes, this is what you need to have out in front of you in order to do this. We look at that the equation of a circle is x squared plus y squared equals 1 squared for this unit circle because 1 is the radius, and it's the radius squared. 1 times 1 is 1. Okay. Now, this is important. There's not a lot to do on the front, but there's a lot of important information written here. The x coordinate of a point of a unit circle is defined as the cosine of theta, of the angle, where theta is the measure as the rotation center at 0, 0. So it's how big we go around from that point. From the positive x-axis to the radius that contains the point, abbreviated as cosine theta. The y-coordinate of a point on the unit circle is defined as the sine of theta, where theta is measured as the rotation centered at 0, 0 from the positive x-axis to the radius that contains that point, abbreviated as sine theta. So if we turn this over, again, you need that unit circle in front of you. We're going to look at 130 degrees. So we're going to go to our unit circle, and you guys can see that 130 degrees is not on there. Neither is negative 75. So we're going to move to the special cases first, and then we'll go back and talk about 130 and negative 75. So if we're looking at 60 degrees, we want to know what the x and y coordinates is at 60 degrees. And I have listed my x value for 60 is 1/2. And my y value for 60 is square root 3 over 2. So this is saying that my cosine of 60, that equals 1/2. And my sine at 60 equals square root 3 over 2. Okay, so I'm literally looking right here. Here's 60 degrees. That's my x is my cosine, y is my sine. So I'm going to do the same thing right here for 45. So we want to list our cosine of 45 degrees and our sine of 45 degrees. Okay, so you guys looking at your unit circle, what is the cosine of 45 degrees? Anybody? Anybody got their unit circle in front of them? It's going to be real hard to do tonight's homework if you don't have this. Okay, no. Because it's going to give you a decimal, and I will not accept that as an answer. So Chris asked a really good question that's very important. For this unit circle homework for tonight, for the rest of this week, you cannot put it in the calculator. If you put it in the calculator, it'll give you a decimal, and I will not mark that as a correct answer. You need to have it. If you can do that, go for it. But so anybody have their unit circle and can tell me what it is? I think I might need to put my unit circle back up here so you guys can copy it down. Okay. So on our unit circle right here where it says square root 2 over 2 and square root 2 over 2. So both of these are square root 2 over 2. Okay. So instead of doing these other cases, we're going to skip those for right now because I think it's more important that you have this unit circle down. If you need another one, I've got some extras up here. But let's make sure we've got this unit circle down. I'm going to stop this recording so you guys can copy it. But before I do that, I do want to explain the homework. Okay, so real quick, I'm just going to do 2 problems from here. I'm going to do a sine and a cosine. So I'm going to do number 4. So I'm literally doing some of your homework right now, so I would pay attention. If we want the sine, remember the sine is the y value. So I go here to where it says 90 degrees. The y value is 1. So that's just my answer. Okay? If I would like the cosine, for example, the cosine of 120, I go to 120 degrees and I write down the x value. This is -1/2. Okay? That's the whole thing. So your homework, once you have this unit circle written down, should be quite easy. So I'm going to stop this and give you that time.